Hello YouTube, welcome to another episode of Sketching Fine Art. Today I thought what I'll do is just do a quick little review and demonstration of these Mars Lumograph Black pencils that I've used over the last couple of years. Now these pencils are carbon-based pencils, in comparison to standard graphite pencils, so they are a lot harder in terms of the actual material itself compared to graphite, and generally speaking, I think they're very good. I like to work in graphite for a lot of the pieces that I do, and in fact I would say graphite is probably one of my I would say it's my most favourite medium to use, purely because it's so cheap and versatile, and you can do so much with it. And I've always been a fan of black and white, grayscale, dark artwork. So I'll just get straight into this. So with this tin, you get these in a pack of 6. You get 2 sets of the 2Bs, 4Bs, 6B and 8B. So again, they're all the Bs because obviously they're black. Mars Lumograph Black 6 pencils by Staedtler. Very good brand. In fact, it's the brand that I've always used from day one for my regular pencils. I just find that they're just absolutely solid German brand. So you get a nice tin over here, a nice compact tin with a bit of writing on the back in different languages about what these pencils are all about. So just quickly open the tin up. And there you have it. You have your 6 pencils. As you can see, this is the one that I use more than any out of the set, which is the 8B, because I like to go really dark. And sometimes with graphite, you can't really get as dark, where you can with these. These are kind of for jet black, matte black finish. And another thing to mention is that with graphite pencil, you'll tend to get a shine, what we call graphite shine on your work. So if you lift the work up, you get this like glazing shine on it, and some people don't like that. Personally, I don't really mind, especially once I've done a completed piece and it's in a frame. Whereas with these, you're not going to get that shine. Well, you do get a little bit of shine, but that's just a reflection of the light. But generally, you won't get it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to literally tip these out. You got a little leaflet there explaining, what the pencils are and how to use them. Now I'm going to go into that nice little tray. I mean, the tray is so handy, this little metal tray, that you can literally put them away in your bag and, use them wherever you want, really, on the go. And that's what I tend to do if I'm not working in the studio. So just move them to the side. What I'll do is I'll just do a little comparison. So we'll do the 2B pencil from the Mars Lumograph with the standard graphite 2B, just to give you an indication of how they look. So I'll just do a little sample here. So I'm just pressing with medium pressure on a standard graphite 2B pencil, and 2B is usually 2B and 4B are the kind of main ones that I use in using just normal graphite. So you can see you've got, it's just standard basic, isn't it? It just comes off really easily, nice and soft. You don't have to apply too much pressure. Now if I'm going to go in really hard with the graphite, we can compare that as well. So you can see, to get really dark, you'd have to go in a lot harder with the 2B, and as you can see, you get a lot of crumble, dust, falling off the sides, but you get a really nice finish, and it works really well. Just made a bit of a smudge there. Anyway, so what we'll do is we'll do the same here with the Lumograph Black with medium pressure right next to it, to just give you a bit of a comparison. Now again, I've used these Lumograph pencils, but I've kind of not just used them in isolation. I use them with graphite, and I use them, I'm kind of more of a mixed media type of artist, I guess. It really depends on what mood I'm in. So you can see here straight away that the medium pressure has produced, a more kind of matte finish already on the little swatch sample that I'm doing. And if we go in with a lot of pressure, I mean, you can feel it straight away how hard the carbon is compared to the graphite. It's a lot more chalkier. You've got to put a lot more pressure onto the actual stroke itself. So I'm going in fairly hard. to try, you know, getting the same type of coverage that I got with the graphite. But with the graphite, you'll see that it's a lot more smoother. So over here, the coverage is a lot more smoother with the pressure. To get that smoothness, you're going to have to go in with a couple of layers, purely because of the texture, that hard, rough texture of the carbon. But the effect, the overall finish is very nice. I mean, you can see, I don't know if you can see in the camera properly, I'll just get a zoom in there. The finish is very, very nice. It's nice and matte compared to the graphite. But to be honest with you, the graphite looks quite nice and matte as well. So what I'll do is I'll just bring this over a bit closer and to show you a bit of the sheen. So as you can see, there's just a little bit, there's a lot more sheen. I don't know if it's visible on the camera, so I'll just zoom in. So we've got, I don't know if you can see it there, but there's a lot more sheen. Well, in fact, there's only sheen on the graphite pencil there. Over here, we've hardly got any. That's just literally the light from my lamp. That's just lightening it. There's no actual, like, you know, shiny surface being reflected on top. And with the top here, can't really see much of a sheen there, but there is on the standard graphite. So yeah, so we've got a nice little comparison there. So we've got the graphite over here, and we've got the Mars, just going to call it the Mars B, and these are 2B comparison. So yeah, so it's there is definitely a difference in texture, final result. So what I'll do is I'll just move this to the side here, and let's go in with some of the darker colours, because that's what it's really all about, isn't it? To get the black, you really want the darker ones. So over here I've got the 4B. I mean, look at that, that's beautiful, that, isn't it? Look how nice and pure black that is. Love using this, you know, for darker areas of my artwork. Just looks so nice. And this one kind of comes off a lot more easily than the 2B. It kind of feels a little bit more softer. But you probably, as you go higher up, obviously there's more black in the carbon, it's going to come off a lot easier. So just do it with a light pressure over here. Very nice indeed. I mean, as I said, I don't actually use the 2B pencil of this, I usually use the 8B. But I think what I might do is I might do like a complete piece just using the Mars Lumograph, see how it goes, and maybe do another video on that. So on this we have the 4B, I'll just put down Mars, 4B Mars there. Very nice. You can see the difference in the colour straight away. Let's move on to the 6B now. So I'll just start off here. Start off with a lighter strokes. This is very nice, this 6B. In one of my pieces that I did, I used the 6B, 8B, and I just used a standard graphite 2B to produce the artwork, and I was really happy with the end result. Right, so we're just going to carry on with this. So yes, it's again with the 6B here, you can see that it is quite hard. I mean, I don't know if you can hear the little squeaks. There's quite a bit of squeaky noise coming out of there while I'm pressing down on it quite hard. It's very nice though. I mean, the end result's beautiful. Again, I did a complete piece with these using just a little bit of the graphite, and I really enjoyed doing it. I was really happy with the result. So we've got the 6B here of the Mars, and that's very squeaky, that one. So let's go to the 8B. I mean, this is the one that I love. This is absolutely beautiful, this 8B here. So let's just go in quite light. I mean, look at that. That's like a black Prismacolor, isn't it? It's like a Prismacolor or a Luminance and a Polychromos pencil, a coloured pencil. That's how black this one is. Beautiful texture. I mean, you can go in really light and get the kind of speckles of the paper that you're working on. And I'm just working on just standard Daler-Rowney cartridge paper with a smooth surface. So yeah, I mean, that's beautiful, that. So if we go in really hard finally at the end, yeah, I mean, just look at that. It's just pure carbon, that, isn't it? It's just like black charcoal. I mean, charcoal pencils are great as well, but obviously with the nature of charcoal, it's so soft, it just, you know, just breaks away, just kind of crumbles into, you know, all sorts of shapes and designs. But this, you've got a lot more control on this because it's the harder carbon on the inside. So we've just got the 8B here, 8B on the Mars, absolutely beautiful. And because it's a harder pencil, you know, you're gonna get a decent amount of usage out of it. So you know, if you just purchase and they come in the tins of 6 pencils, and that's all you really need. I mean, they're not very expensive, you know, relatively not very expensive compared to other art materials. So I would say if you're, you know, you're interested in you know, getting into graphite art, or, you know, black and white art and carbon pencils, and just want to have a go, I would recommend these. I would recommend these. I think it's definitely worth giving them a go. And you know, because you're not really spending that much money. I don't know how much the tin was. I think it was about £10 or £9 or something like that, which is really worth it. I mean, you're going to get a lot of usage out of these, and you know, again, Staedtler, you know, you're going to always get good quality with these German pencils. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this short little demonstration and review of the Mars Lumograph Black pencils. I believe that you can get these in different colours as well. That's what it kind of said on the back of the packaging, but personally, I only use these for the black. Maybe in comparison with graphite, where I use, you know, different types of materials and coloured pencils. It's in the end of the day, it's whatever your preference is. And if you're starting out, and you know, there's so many things on the market that you don't know where to start, I would recommend for graphite, for pencil drawings, just get yourself some standard graphite pencils, and maybe get yourself some of these carbon pencils, and maybe a couple of charcoal pencils, to give yourself a range to test out, to see what you like, because you just don't know until you try, isn't it? So what I'll do is I'll leave a link in the description below where you can get all of these and maybe read up on the reviews. So do check that out, and hopefully in the next one I might even do a full demonstration using these pencils. We'll see how it goes. So thank you so much for your time and your help and your support. Please subscribe to the channel if you already haven't done so, and please also share the channel and these videos with others so that we can all learn from each other, and hopefully I'll see you on the next one. So take care of yourselves, keep sketching, relax, and peace.